Let's run the application and test everything together. The user is logged in. Let me go to the details, increase the count here to 3 and click Add to Cart. It redirected us back to the index page. Let's examine the database to see what happened. So if we open up the Shopping Cart API, first let's examine the products table. Great, it added the new product that we wanted to add to the shopping cart. Then let's examine the cart header. Here we do not get the user ID, so we need to fix that. Let's examine the cart details. The cart details looks good. We have the count as 3, product ID as 2, so that is working. Now our main concern is the user ID is not coming through. Let's switch back to our code while the application is running, and we are getting the user ID right here. Let me copy this and paste this in our index only for debugging purpose. We will create a variable and we'll paste that. We'll add a debugging point and we'll have to restart the application. This time, since the user is already logged in, it should come here, and let's examine the claims. If you examine the claims here, you will notice that the subject is missing. On top of that, you should also notice that there is no role that is present in the user. So how can we get both of them? Because from identity server, we are passing them for sure, but it is not present in the user profile. So for that, we will have to go to the startup class file. So let me stop the application, close everything other than the home controller. And right here, if we examine our startup class file, we will scroll down where we configure the OpenID Connect. Right here, we have to set few more options. We know that there is a subject as well as role present in the claim, so we can configure the options.claimActions.mapJSON key. Here, if a claim is present, it will automatically map that. So what we want to map is, let's say we first want the role claim, and key and value will be role and role as well. If you want to give it a different name, then you can do that, but we will keep it the same. Next, we want the subject, so that will be SUB. With that, let's run the application one more time and examine what happens. The claims, if you examine right now, subject will not be present. We have to re-log in. So let me continue here. We will log out here and log in one more time. And if you examine the claims this time, subject and role, both of them are present. So great, you can see this is working now. That being said, let me stop the application, remove the user ID from here, and let's run the application and try to add something else to the shopping cart. So let me go to the details here and add 5 count. Perfect. Let's go to our SQL Server and examine the cart details. Count is 5, looks good. Let's examine the cart header. Great, you can see it added a new user ID column with the cart header ID, and it should also have added a new product. This looks good. Let me clean up the cart header here. So we'll find where cart header ID is equal to 1, and let's delete that. So perfect, we just removed the faulty one. So with this, our application is looking good when we add items to the shopping cart. Now in the next video, let's work on actually displaying the shopping cart.